Morning, everyone. Yesterday again, U.S. market saw a substantial decline. S&P declined by over 3%. Uh, Mainly continuation of what is happening around the world. More of a risk-off situation consistently playing in last few days. Market has declined substantially. Futures of the U.S. market are marginally positive, whereas Asian markets taking clue from the US market are down between 1 to 1.5%. Yesterday we saw sharp corrections in the oil, which was consistently remaining higher as compared to the all other market. Now oil came down to around $104.5 versus yesterday of around $113. The key reason for decline was mainly that in Europe there was some differences between the countries to impose restrictions on Russian oil import. Specifically, Hungary opposed the oil import ban, and also there was some opposition by various member country for not using the European made vessels for movement of oil. So that has led to decline in the oil prices. And apart from that, if you see today morning in China, aluminum, copper both are flat, but iron ore is down by around 6%, and steel is down by around 2%. So overall scenario taking clue from the US market looks a bit declining. So we may see scenario like that in India as well. Now, I'll request technical team to take up from here.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, all of you. Looking towards the Asian markets, today again we are getting a gap down opening almost by 80 points on a downside. The immediate support will lies at 16,200 on the Nifty part. If it's break that level, then 16,100 is likely to be test. The crucial support is 16,100. If that level breaks on the closing basis in coming 1 to 2 trading session, then the selling pressure is likely to be intensified, which might drag the Nifty towards 15,800 on downside. Whereas on higher side, 16,340 is the immediate resistance levels. If it surpasses that levels and sustain above that level for at least 1 to 2 trading session, then 16,500 and 16,600 can be tested in coming 2 trading sessions. But for the today intraday purpose, the resistance is placed at 16,370, then 16,420 levels on the higher side. Coming towards the bank Nifty, the overall view will remain a cautious itself since we are continuously facing a strong resistance at around 35,000 psychological level, and bank Nifty is maintaining a closing below that levels, which gives a cautious signness on the bank Nifty front. For today intraday purpose, the support is placed at 34,000 level. If it's break that level, then 33,680 levels can be tested on the downside. On the higher end, 34,620 is the immediate resistance level. If it surpasses that level, then 34,800, 34,900 can be claimed on the higher side. Coming towards the Nifty Finance for today intraday purpose, the support is placed at 15,550. Below that level, 15,470 levels can be seen, whereas on higher end, 15,750 is the first resistance. Above that level, 15,840 and 16,000 levels can be seen on the Nifty Finance. The overall view will remain a cautious on the Nifty and the bank Nifty front as long as it trades below the mentioned resistance levels. Stock specific, no sale really looks very good. Even in those market, this particular counter is trading above 1500 TMA. Yesterday, we have initiated a buy call at around 241 levels. Those who have missed out this rally, they can definitely take a buy call at the CMP as well, because I believe it has a potential to reach up to 260 to 265 levels on the higher side. Volumes are really increasing in this particular stocks. So one can take a buy call on the no sale for a target of a 260. Stop loss can be kept at a 230 levels on the downside. And a target I'm quoting at 260 levels on the higher side. I think that's it from my end. I request derivative guys to take a call forward.
Yeah, thank you, Swati. See, on the derivative front, again, the open interest has risen. VIX has risen up to 22 levels, which is not a good sign. Plus, we have seen the premiums go down. We are now into a discount. So all in all, not very good signs. The only real good factor is the PCR, which continues to be low. So there can be, some bounce back, like the one that we have seen yesterday. So we are opening gap down almost every day, and there is some amount of bounce back that comes in. Very important support level for Nifty is 16,000 level. 16,000 put has the highest open interest amongst puts, and on the lower end, that will act as a very strong support area. So we are not seeing a major downside, but yes, there can be some downside up to the 16,000 levels in the next couple of days. However, 16,200 also is a good support area. We've seen bounce from 16,200 for a couple of times for Nifty, and if we open around 16,200, can expect a little bit of bounce for today. From the stock specific front, um, Power Grid did pretty well yesterday, and good amount of open interest built up has been seen, along with a price increase. So long built up has been seen. Also, we have seen good amount of selling, especially in the metal space and the IT space in the last few days. But now these stocks are turning, and there is a possibility that these stocks might outperform going forward in the next 3 or 4 days. We are seeing the open interest turning from negative to positive, so these two industries look out, because these two sectors can witness a good amount of buying. So from this space, Infosys, TCS, Tech Mahindra, IT, and JSW Steel, Tata Steel, from the metal space, and even Vedanta. So these stocks can pretty much witness some amount of buying going forward. That's it from my side. I'd like to ask the fundamental team to take over, please.
Good morning. Today, the IPO of Prudent Corporate Advisory Services will be opening, and it will be closing on Thursday, 12th May. The issue price is rupees 630, and the size of the issue is 538 crores, whereby mainly the private equity investor is selling out around 20% stake. So total market cap post listing will be 2,600 crores. Prudent is one of the largest and fastest growing mutual fund distributor in India with an AUM of 48,000 crores. It has mainly two USPs which differentiate it from other wealth management or MF distribution platforms. First is that 92% of the mutual fund AUM that it has constitutes equity exposure. So basically equity exposure provides it higher yields and higher commissions, and that is why it is able to generate much higher ROE than other peers. And second main point is that 42% of its AUM it garners via the SIP mode, compared to 30% for the industry. So this SIP AUM is supposed to be more sustainable and not be volatile with the ups and downs of the market. So that lends some bit of more stability compared to peers. So despite us liking the business quality and the company is being offered at 9-month FY22 annualized price to earning of 34 times, which is a 44% premium compared to peer average multiples of 24 times. So in the peer group, we have two close listed companies, which is first is Anand Rathi Wealth, which is much closer listed peer, and distant peer being IIFL Wealth. So they trade at 24 times, which is much lesser compared to what the IPO is coming out with at 34 times. That is the reason that we have a neutral rating on Prudent IPO. Also, yesterday there was a lot of news on Can Fin Homes, so just wanted to provide some clarity. What happened was that in December, NHB, that is National Housing Board, the regulator for housing finance companies, received an anonymous complaint about some irregularity in Can Fin. So the company, they were asked by NHB to conduct an audit, and Can Fin conducted audit in many of its branches and found that in one particular branch at Bhilwara, there was a fraud of 4 crores, constituting some 27 accounts. So they have been tagged as NPA and fully provided for. The exact nature of fraud is that the DSAs which got the loans, they colluded with the employees and provided fake income tax return documents of borrowers and customers. Had no so customers had no role in doing this fraud. These accounts are salaried, and even today they are regularly servicing their loans. Even the property is intact. So fraud was only in the nature of providing fake income tax return document. Company has not heard anything from RBI on this. Post this issue, Canara Bank has, being the parent, it has appointed 3 people at Canfin to investigate the matter. And prima facie, it appears that it is a case pertaining to one branch, and amount is also small at 4 crores. Hence, we recommend that those holding do not exit and continue to hold the stock. Also, life insurance industry numbers have come out for April, which indicates a strong start for the year. To some extent, it is because of the lower base of last year because of the second wave. Total private players annualized premium equivalent grew by 41%. And if we see, LIC has in last couple of months has been growing at faster than private players. So this month also LIC grew by 77%. Among the private players, SBI Life grew the fastest and outperformed with a growth of 75%. And all other private players underperformed. ICICI Prudential grew by 31%, HDFC Life just 13%, and Max Life declined by 5%. So on the basis of monthly data, we are positive on SBI Life. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. GNFC announced their results yesterday, and results have improved mainly due to a chemical segment wherein the margins have improved. Overall, for the company also, that is why the margins have improved around 500 bips year on year. The stock is trading around 7 times TTM EPS, which looks attractive. We have already seen a good rally in GNFC. However, due to the strong prices, chemical prices which are continuing right now, we believe that this rally can also continue in future. Godrej Agrovet announced their results, and results were above expectations. We've already seen that as a subsidiary, Aztec Life Sciences announced results to couple of days back, and which were already good set of numbers. So this is also seen in Godrej Agrovet, where the small segments have performed well, though the main segments like crop protection are were okay and not so great. SRF has also announced results which were marginally above expectations, which was led by the chemical business, where the company has seen robust growth of around 40%. At the same time, margins have improved in the segment, both in the specialty chemicals as well as the fluoro business. Revenue grew by 36% overall for the company, and even margins have improved around 200 bips Y on Y. We have a con call today, so we'll get to know more details about this. Aarti Drugs announced their results, and results were declining for this quarter. The company is seeing the pressure of high raw material prices, which was seen in their EBITDA margins, which has come down around 400 bips year on year. We have a con call and we'll get to know more details. However, from the long-term point of view, we are positive on this company. UPL announced their results during the market runs, and results were ahead of expectations. From the long-term point of view, we are positive on UPL. Also today, an IPO Rainbow Children's Medicare is listing. The company came at the price, issue price is 542 rupees, and the issue size was around 1500 to 1600 crores. The company is into specialty chemical into specialty pediatric and obstetric gynecologist hospital chain India. They have around 14 hospitals, mainly into southern part of the India. We like the company, and recommended the investors to subscribe for it, mainly because we like the space it is into, and we have seen that in the West, there are hospitals which are mainly for the special pediatric care, and which is something not there in India. And we believe that this phenomena or this idea could catch up going forward also, because it provides all the care under one roof for the pediatric. The stock was or the IPO was valued almost at par with the other listed players like Apollo and Fortis and all. So we like the company and recommended to subscribe from the long-term point of view. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. HCL Tech is to acquire Quest Informatics and IoT company. However, the revenue of the company is really small at rupees 13.6 crore. So outlook is neutral. CMS Infosystem, cash management company, has posted its result yesterday, and the company has posted in line with expectation numbers, both on the revenue and the margin front. Stock is trading at 14 times FY23 EPS. Vedant Fashions Limited, Manyavar, has posted improved set of numbers for the quarter, with revenue growth coming in at 54.7% year on year. Even EBITDA margins have improved at 48.6% versus year on year of 44.5%. Stock is trading at 74.4 times FY23 EPS. 3i Infotech has posted improved set of numbers both on the revenue and the margin front, with the revenue growth coming in at 6% QOQ. EBITDA margin came at 1.9% versus QOQ of loss of 5.8%. Even at the PAT level, the losses minimized and came in at a loss of 1.4 crore. Sutlej Textiles has posted improved set of numbers both on the revenue and the margin front. Stock is trading at 8 times TTM EPS, which seems to be low. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning. The Dalmia Bharat result was above expectation, mainly due to higher sales volume as the company commenced commercial production for its Murli plant in January. Sales volume was in line with expectation at 6.6 million ton. Revenue realization per ton came at rupees 5,112 versus expectation of 5,176. EBITDA per ton came at rupees 1,035 versus expectation of 956. Share is trading at EV by EBITDA of 10.6 times FY23 earnings. Thank you.
Good morning. So VST Tractors announced its results. Revenue came at 218 crores, which was flat on a sequential basis, growing by 5% and 12% on a YOY basis. EBITDA margin came at 13.8% versus sequential margin of 14.8%, but was higher as compared to the 4% YOY. The stock is trading at a PE of 16.4 times FY23 EPS. Craftsman Automation Limited announced its results. The revenue was in line with expectation. The revenue came at 657 crore versus an expectation of 610 crore, which grew by 18.5% on a sequential basis and 22% on a YOY basis. EBITDA margin came in at 23.6% versus an expectation of 24%, which was flat marginally at 23% QOQ. The company announced a final dividend of rupees 3.75 per equity share of 5 each. The stock is trading at a PE of 16.5 times FY23 EPS. Thank you.
Yeah, now results for 12th May. Avanti Feed is likely to report numbers, and numbers are likely to show improvement. Year-on-year revenue is likely to increase by over 20%, and EBITDA is also likely to be maintained year-on-year. Then Gujarat State Petronet is likely to report number. Here the numbers are likely to show decline, mainly on account of margin. Margins are likely to decline both quarter-on-quarter and year-on-year to 68% versus 61% in last quarter and 64% last year. Revenue is likely to grow by around 5% year-on-year and 3% quarter-on-quarter. Then L&T is likely to report numbers. So numbers are likely to be more of a stable set of numbers. Though margins year-on-year is likely to decline by around 50 basis points, and revenue growth will be around 10%. Then Tata Motor is likely to report numbers. Here, standalone, we will see some decline in the numbers, mainly on account of margin. Margins are last year it was at around 7%, which is likely to come off to around 4%. Whereas quarter on quarter, we will see some good improvement in both the standalone and even JLR also. So quarter on quarter at consolidated level, we will see improvement in margin by around 100 pips, and revenue is also likely to improve by around 12%. The overall impact, the share is in correction mode, mainly on account of overall impact of the global slowdown. Then Anup, Apollo Tyre is likely to report number. Here numbers are expected to show declining trend. Mainly margins are likely to come up by around 200 pips quarter on quarter. We had seen C8 reporting better than expected numbers, mainly on account of higher volume from resales. Here the sales expectations is that quarter on quarter revenue will decline by around 4%. So there could be some surprise because of C8, but overall margin level of Apollo Tyre is comparatively quite high, and which it can come off in this quarter. So margins are expected to decline, and even sales, the expectation is quarter on quarter some decline. So overall results seems to be declined. Only thing one should be careful about that C8 has come up with result which was ahead of expectation. Then Siemens is likely to report number. Here numbers are likely to be more of a okay set of number. Though revenue growth is likely to be around 20% year on year, but the margins are likely to come off from last year 13.2% to 11.3% in this quarter. So that's all from us. Thank you very much and have a good day.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.